Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Follow the Republic.
Calculating jump to light speed.
Ion cannon firing.
We're over to Severo, and this battle is going to take a while because of this mess.
I copy that.
I think mostly this episode is going to be the same as last episode. More pushing into their territory as quickly as we can.
I can't do that. Oh no.
We're making pretty good progress, although they do keep, well, countering us.
Yes, Commander.
Sort of, kind of.
Fallout.
Here and there.
What's the order?
I say countering, not really countering. It's launching a few things at us now and then.
Awaiting command. Heading out.
It's not really anything to worry about.
Reading you. Breaking comm silence.
Let's just speed this up. Is that even faster? Sort of. A little bit, maybe. Kind of.
This is the captain.
Nope.
Another one on my six. Taking casualties here, sir. I
Um,
can't get a visual.
Commander,
Go after those bombers, will you?
Losing.
where'd he go? Jamming their sensors. Got you on the comm.
You got here faster than I thought you would.
We're outnumbered.
Shoot at that.
TP-20 awaiting your orders.
At your command. Ion cannon firing.
Oh, he's trying to snipe Coburn. No, I don't think so. Go away with that.
I got a vulture on my six. Taking casualties here, sir. Missile away.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Counting on us.
Nowhere to
Can't get a
run.
visual.
Falling out of formation.
Always start from flying, they say. I see their point. Blast!
Draw their fire.
TP-20 standing
I got
by.
a lock.
Get
Intercepting.
into that fuzzball.
Good shooting, sir.
You guys have anti-fighter, right? Sort of.
On my way, Commander.
Standing by. Star Cruiser here.
Great shooting, trooper. Go after the
Go!
We'll win this
Destroyer
fight, no
reporting.
problems.
Star Cruiser standing by.
Unlike the last planet where we used the Mandator, the support fleet cannot do this.
Take out that fighter. Enemies down.
Not gonna happen.
Enemies down. Ready for attack orders.
Whoa, what the heck? Oh,
Commander.
that was weird. Oh. He fired right as we told her to move. That was... I don't see that very often.
Warm welcome, Commander.
Are you in range yet? You are in range. Well, you're in range of it. I don't know if... No. Go that way.
Those are the droids we're looking for.
Track that tri-fighter.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, now you got it.
I don't understand.
I'm hit. We're losing. Should have joined the infantry.
Oh well, either way, it's in range, so...
Our troops have been given advanced training. We've cut off the enemy's reinforcements. Their reinforcements are being depleted. We've got secondary reinforcements en route. You've got one on you.
Where's the eject button? Where's the eject button? I got a lock. We'll win this fight, no problems.
Take out that interceptor.
Copy. Heading for coordinates.
Droids are for flying, they say.
Awaiting your orders,
I
sir.
see their point.
Thanks for the warm welcome,
I
Commander.
got a lock.
Those bomber squadrons are probably gonna go down. Hey, she can finally move.
We'll win this fight, no problems.
Oh wow. That just straight up missed.
We've searched the site. A couple more hit
Where
points
is that
to keep
coming
out.
from?
I copy.
It must be that planet back there.
That takes care of that one.
Interesting.
Sir, enemy
It's just,
reinforcements
it's so far away that it can miss. It
one shot.
usually can't.
Watch your flanks.
Torpedoes!
Their reinforcements are taking casualties. Our Vector packs will regenerate us. They're losing
Oh, I
reinforcements.
really wish it saved the zoom level.
Join the infantry.
Awaiting your command. Copy.
Sir, enemy reinforcements have just appeared on long-range sensors.
This one's mine. The Chancellor is counting on us. Droids are for flying, they say. I see their point.
We're depleting the Separatist reinforcements.
See the galaxy, they say.
Ion cannon firing. Our troops have been given advanced training.
Where is it? There it is. Oh, no, it's not. It's coming from something else. I don't see anything but that planet. That's weird.
Awaiting orders.
Enemies down! Chase down that scout!
Move out. Throttle at full. DP-20 awaiting your orders. Got you on the comm.
Ion cannon firing.
Well, let's speed this up a little bit and get out of here. I think this fleet is just going to keep moving. There's no reason to stick around. The ground army already has one of these, so they can move here on their own. And that'll do that. Yeah, these guys... There's no reason to have such a large ground force here. I think we're going... You know what? Everybody.
Construction.
Didn't we have... Yes, you. I think... Can we split you into 2 fleets? Eh, not really. But... there's no reason to hang about.
Let's move this bucket. Tactical battle imminent.
I'm very tempted to auto-resolve this, but it's a bad idea. Don't do it. Never trust the auto-resolve.
Droids around the objective.
Oh, but there's not a whole mess of stuff in the way, so she can just cruise straight in.
Your reinforcements.
Right away. Calculating jump to light speed.
Well, she can sort of just cruise straight forward. Oh,
What is it, sir?
we didn't drop an interdictor in. Do we care if this stuff leaves?
Ion cannon firing.
I kinda care if this leaves.
Standing by. What's the order?
Missile away.
We've got secondary reinforcements standing by. We've destroyed the Techno-Union ships.
Hold still.
You've got a clear shot. Enemies down. Fighter launched. This one's mine. They're losing
Okay,
reinforcements.
carry on. No. Eh, whatever.
Order repel.
She's actually being shot at. That's not good.
Star
Are
Destroyer
you in
reporting
range of that yet? Oh,
Taking fire.
yes.
Holding here. Those torpedo launchers must be destroyed.
Cannons loaded. We've cut off the enemy's reinforcements. Standing by. Sir, we've done it. Yeah, now you got it.
No, 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 no. No. Come on. For goodness sake.
Flying, they say. I see
Destroyer
their point.
reporting.
Hitting us.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
You're doing fine. Can you move in there now? What all is left?
Excellent.
Not a huge amount.
Reading you. Got secondary reinforcements.
Just go.
Ready, go. Good shooting. Raising anchors. Aye, aye. Full steam ahead.
Awaiting orders.
What's the order?
Awaiting command.
We've got advanced training.
Your command, sir.
Yes, sir. Now that's how it's done. Let's blow something up.
Yes, Commander.
For the Chancellor.
Opening fire on the torpedo Your command, sir.
What's your name?
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Sabotage. What is it, sir? This is it. Firing.
Those are the droids.
No.
This is the captain. Locked on target. You got the captain. Firing.
Awaiting orders. Holding fire for maximum effect.
You've got company.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Just make sure they
Target
can't shoot
priority
at
is the laser
Coburn,
cannons.
since she's just doing whatever.
Got you on the comm.
You get in close and try and blow that up.
Standing by.
Awaiting your orders. Star Cruiser here.
Engage that fighter. Captain here.
I'm onto him.
Nominal status.
Target at maximum firepower.
Wait, does that mean they have ground forces or something? What are they retreating? Huh. Okay, whatever. Alright, there's Felicia. Okay, there's Dodonna. Let's see here. I say we should break them up. We're getting to the point where we have so many fleets that it's kind of hard to keep track of what's what.
Tactical battle imminent.
As in, like, there reaches a point where you have so many fleets that there's just too many fleets because you don't have time to send them before the last one that you sent gets to wherever you sent it. So maybe we'll just hold on to it as it is. Because breaking it up will take longer than just sending it in somewhere and crushing something, so maybe we'll just do that. This battle should be interesting.
Choose your reinforcements. Star Destroyer responding. Reinforcements cancelled. With pleasure, sir. We're on it. Anyone in need of repairs?
They're not going to have a whole huge amount of strike craft, I don't think. But the opening amounts of them are probably going to be a little ridiculous, so we'll go with a bit of this. And you know what? Just
Closing on the
for
target.
good measure. You know what?
We are moving out.
Woohoo!
At maximum unit capacity.
Charging generator. Standing by.
Cannon firing.
What's the order?
And that's why I brought that
What is
in.
it, sir?
Did you mean to
That
choose us?
right there.
Mines? Repairs? Got you
Destroyer
covered.
ready. Destroyer holding. Hold your position.
Skip ray reporting. Skip ray blast boat here.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have us on fighters to start with. As soon as this goes down, it'll reduce that, but what do you actually have when you've got the, 2 and 8? That's interesting. But what actually are the squadrons? I'm almost certain that it's vultures, but I don't know, like, what size squadron comes off of these.
Ready.
Well, this thing here is the priority target to start with, and then this. This thing I don't care about for the moment, but this is going to be the most damage against
Ready to update orders.
probably all of our ships, actually. So,
All crew accounted for. Awaiting commands. Star Destroyer here. Star Destroyer responding. Receiving.
Relative
you
frigate
guys are
reporting in.
just going to kind of
Anyone need repairs?
Yes.
shadow anything that seems like it's going to need backup.
On station.
Ready for attack
And
orders.
you, I want
Closing on the target.
way out over here so that when you get ion cannoned, you're not blocking the shot from anything else. Or, no. So that nothing else is blocking the shot to you.
DP-20 standing by. I sir, we're
Charging
moving out.
generator. Ready for action. With pleasure, sir. Destroyer standing by. Weapons
You in
activated.
range? You're not in range.
Ready for action, sir.
I think you wanted that other ship over there. Did you mean to choose us?
Star Destroyer at station keeping. Destroyer ready. Loading ordnance.
Yes. Good.
We'll win this.
I got one.
Locking on target. Destroyer ready to set sail.
Go ahead and rip that thing's main weapon off.
Losing on the target.
Eh.
We will secure victory.
That'll do it.
Bringing weapons to bear. Star Destroyer responding. Destroyer captain here.
Oh no, that's not gonna work for me.
Yes, sir. Destroyer holding.
Ooh.
Thanks for the warm welcome,
Oh,
Commander.
we lost something.
I sir, we're
Why'd we
moving out.
lose something?
Choose your reinforcements.
Destroyer
Reinforcements
station
cancelled.
keeping. I copy that. Combat crew assembled. Ready. We'll finish them.
them now.
Awaiting commands. Targeting. Ready to deploy. This will be pleasurable.
That thing's just basically engines.
I've got a lock.
At your service.
Stick in here with them. Where'd the other one go?
Ready to update orders.
Multi-class frigate. Relative frigate reporting in. Understood.
Yes.
Think we're doing good.
Nowhere to run.
We're under attack. We'll level them.
No.
Triumph. Loading ordnance.
Falling out of formation. Draw their fire.
We'll win this.
That was the dreadnought.
Ready for action.
What are you doing?
Destroyer coming about.
What is going on here?
Star Destroyer here. Bringing forward battery.
I
launcher
give
standing
orders
by.
and that's the time you...
They don't stand a chance.
Whatever.
We'll destroy them all. Give us a task.
That thing is running away. Don't care.
Locking on target.
DP-20 awaiting your orders.
Fire. We haven't lost shields on any of the main ships yet.
There's too many of them. At your
You're
command.
still fine
My way, Commander.
for the moment.
Destroyer ready to set sail.
I got fighters on me. I'm running out of maneuvers.
Combat maneuvers initiated.
Enemies in range.
You really should not be taking point here, buddy.
Ion cannon firing. I'm out of control.
Get over here in hell.
Yep,
I'm losing my engine.
feeling good so far. Come pull across like this. Hi. You sure you want to do that? That seems like a bad idea. Oh, they're trying to snipe these guys. None of that. I didn't actually bother looking at the numbers
Our shields are down.
for the recusants.
Ready for action, sir.
Oh, that's not nice.
Target locked.
Take us
Get in here.
Ready to fire. Coming around. Waiting commands.
Sir,
Yeah, I didn't bother taking a look at the numbers of them because there's no way we're keeping track. Not in this giant mess.
thanks for the warm welcome, Commander.
Oof. Oh,
I've got them in my sights.
that's nifty.
Destroyer at station keeping. Ready for action. Destroyer standing by.
Is it better to
Reporting in.
split fire between them or concentrate? Like, she can take one by herself pretty quickly, but I don't know about these guys.
Pelta here.
They're shooting the peltas.
Pelta here. Did you mean to click us? I don't think there's
That's
fire coming out of there.
that's
PP-20 awaiting your
no.
I'm in a tight
Anyone
spot.
need to
There's no way we're stopping that.
Destroyer here.
They've got us targeted.
We'll have them in destroyer captain here.
How about a little help? Go after the Anyone else see him? Shoot him down.
Target locked. Star destroyer at station keeping.
There's one.
We have them in
Oh.
our sights. Eliminating
Hang in there.
Where are you?
combat crew assembled. We're closing on the target. The missiles will tear us apart.
Our
Can't take much more of this.
yeah.
Concentrating fire.
We're taking critical down.
Squad members, we shall not fail you. We will secure
They're not even shooting at the Star Destroyers. You good? Your shields are down, but you're alright.
Star destroyer responsive.
Definitely don't want to destroy that
The day is ours. Receiving. Ready
Luke
for
Hulk
action.
yet.
I've got a lock. Awaiting your
Oh.
orders, sir.
That's not good if we lose this.
Fire for maximum effect. Enemy has secondary. Get over here in hell.
Destroyer standing by.
I don't
Ready to
don't-
deploy. Weapons online. Destroyer ready to set sail. Destroyer captain here.
I say,
For attack orders.
Try and oh, you can ion cannon.
Star destroyer here. Power diverted to weapons, sir.
The Star Destroyers are all fine. Okay. We might be able. Is that all of them?
Have been given advanced training.
Excellent shot. I got one.
Wow. Okay, well, now that we've kind of dealt with those,
Understood.
more anti-fighter, like, for real.
Sir.
Making the
There's not a whole lot of bombers out here, but
Making the jump to light speed.
At maximum getting along. Give us a task. This combat crew assembled.
I'm hit.
They don't stand a chance.
This is bad.
We've got advanced training. We'll destroy them all.
wow, we got through that thing's shields quick. Guess it must have been... I hadn't been paying attention. Was it being shot this whole time? Probably.
Ready.
Not you, not you, not you.
Reinforcements have been cut off.
On our way.
Head in there and shoot for all you're worth.
Pelta class, we're at your service.
Just fire everything. We still have squadrons from the original group. That's shocking,
I got
honestly. Oh, they're pulling back.
Ion cannon firing.
They're pulling back to these guys, I think. That's a garrison. That's not a garrison. Oh. What in the world are you doing? Okay, sure.
Charging generator.
This is just a 2.
Their reinforcements are being depleted.
No need for her, to be honest.
Receiving.
These guys can do it. Where did... you? Moline? Is that his name? Moline, yes. Oh, we actually saved this. That's surprising.
As you wish, Commander.
Try and get in to range of that, I think.
armed and ready.
They're not so tough. Destroyer ready.
Weapons charged. Active. Intercept man.
Try and concentrate.
Standing by. Right, sir.
I think these guys are good for now.
Destroyer standing by.
Do we just charge the detectors straight in? I think that's probably the way to go. We still have some of these, but
More enemy craft.
Star Destroyer
you
here.
two, just go for it.
Acknowledged. Destroyer loading.
She's,
We've destroyed
I mean, not really beat up, but I'd rather not lose her,
their reinforcements.
Combat crew assembled. Destroyer
if at all possible.
What's the order? Woohoo!
So much of this out here is all just fighters. It's because of these. I'm almost certain they don't drop bombers. Like, I would be very surprised if they dropped bombers.
I copy that.
Aye, sir. Maneuvering with the
Awaiting
fleet.
commands.
And a little bit of that.
Wipe them out. Receiving. Target locked. Star Destroyer at station keeping.
Keep it going, and now you can follow along.
Their reinforcements have ready to commence. Closing on the target.
Oh. Okay.
Locking on.
What is it, sir?
Launching all missiles.
Eliminating
Full
target.
Ready for
Enemies
action.
in range.
We're closing on the target.
And there we
We
go.
will secure victory. Destroyer standing by.
Just kind of...
Star Destroyer responding. Bringing forward batteries online.
No, don't turn, for crying out loud.
Destroyer ready to set sail. The enemy's reinforcements.
I've detected.
Destroyer captain here. We've sabotaged their vehicles. Bringing weapons to bear. Targeting.
There's no way that thing still has fighters, right?
Fire.
This is it.
Yes, sir. Joining up with
Well, I suppose maybe.
Awaiting your orders, sir. Got secondary
Oh,
way, Commander.
no.
As you wish, Commander. Ready for
Just
attack.
fire everything you got. I'd rather not lose the Dreadnought. It's the only ship that
Combat crew
has been
awaiting commands.
threatened in a way that we might actually be able to do something about it. Everything else was just like, no, that's just dead now.
What's the order?
Speaking of which, we lost two of our fleet tenders. That brings us down to 1. We need to definitely refill that.
Receiving. Ready for action.
Actually,
Destroyer standing by.
go that way.
Star Destroyer here. Destroyer ready to set sail.
Are you going to have problems shooting at this? No. Although that might be the Praetor.
They're losing reinforcements. Chase down that scout.
Is that everything? I think that's everything.
Ion cannon firing. Take down that tri-fighter.
Yeah, looks like it.
Battle is ours.
Ouch. Yeah, I didn't, oh, good grief, 20 of them. I didn't expect them to do that, honestly. Huh. Well. Well, there's Trench. Yeah. I don't know why they want him over there. Oh well.
All crew accounted for.
Mirth, huh?
Moving into position.
And Medalorn. That'll be from the same spot. Oh, that might be that fleet that had multiple battleships on it. That...
Tactical battle imminent.
I don't think we're going to directly oppose those fleets that are incoming. What we're gonna do is let them come and then basically crash into the area behind them.
All clones on deck.
Is, I think, the way to do that.
On my way, Commander. As you wish, Commander.
We can do that.
Maximum unit capacity.
Because, like, if they're seriously trying to just attack us while we're in the process of, you know, smashing through their territory, like,
Yes, sir.
I don't think that's going to help them as much as they think it's going to.
We need you to clear the area in
And I
order
think it's going to be better for us overall
What's the order? Yes, sir, we're available.
if we just let them do that.
Moving in.
At your service. Pelter responding.
At your
You
command.
guys have been
Ready to
promoted to
commence.
anti-fighter.
Consider it history.
Besides that, because they typically will leave a bit of a defense fleet, it is letting them basically split their forces up a bit more, and that's definitely going to be helpful in the long run.
Awaiting your orders, sir.
Ion cannon firing. Star cruiser standing by. Right away. Moving into position.
Yes, General. Destroy the Techno-Union ships.
Okay, we actually need to concentrate on this.
I'm on to him.
She's not doing it on
Taking
her own.
casualties here, sir.
I have them now.
Oh,
The enemy is in full retreat.
and still got weaponry. None of that, please.
Target locked. I'm on. Eliminating target. Target locked. Coming around.
Get away from the Lucre Hulk. Get away from the Lucre Hulk.
For attack
Where's the
orders.
eject button? Where's the eject button?
Designated target destroyed.
Taking casualties here, sir.
There's too many of
All the fighter bays. Just kind of shoot off some of the turbo lasers. I don't care. Go.
The enemy doesn't stand a chance. Yes, sir.
Come
Roger
on, you
that.
bastard. Whistle away.
At your command. Sir, enemy reinforcements have just
Plenty of
appeared on long-range
supplies to go
sensors.
around.
Should have joined the infantry.
Did you mean to choose us?
Wait.
Ready to commence.
Nope, not you.
Closing on the target.
Come back. And... Bam. Almost never actually use that for its intended purpose.
Pelter frigate here.
I almost never use that full stop, to be honest. It doesn't... I assume that the range is the same as the heal radius, and that's, like, not super duper useful for healing fighters, because they're never around very often. Not in a large group, for sure.
Excellent shot.
Those are the droids we're looking for.
So it kind of doesn't really come up very often that it would be useful.
Engines active. Your orders, General? Tri-fighter, after him.
This one's mine.
I've got them in my sights.
Ready to commence. We've sabotaged their vehicle.
I got one.
Can you hit that from where you are?
Missile away.
Locking on.
Delta frigate responding.
We've sabotaged
Enemies
the
in
Separatist
range.
Those are the droids we're looking for.
vehicle. We've destroyed the Techno-Union ship. Yes, General.
Copy. Open fire on those laser
Sabotaged
cannons.
the Separatist vehicle. They're losing reinforcements.
Please stop heading towards that thing. It still has a lot of anti-fighter.
Give me a target.
You've got an interceptor on your tail. I copy. Moving into that
Awaiting
area.
your orders, sir. Ready for attack orders.
Let's show these clones how it's done.
Commander, they're hitting us.
You've got an interceptor on your tail.
I'm onto him.
We've got advanced training.
You've got a clear shot. Don't let that try get away.
That is a very shiny planet. Good grief.
Coming back around for another run.
Wow.
Take down that tri-fighter.
Looks cool, but it's very shiny.
I got a lock. Missile away.
Delta frigate here.
At your
Should have
command.
joined the infantry.
On my way, Commander.
Reporting. Fall out. Nice shooting. Don't let that try get away.
Our backed-up packs will regenerate us.
Are you not in range of that? Yeah, you
Target
are.
locked. Cannon firing. Getting a lock.
Fighter, after him.
We'll win this fight, no problems.
Chase down that scout.
Ah. Stop going invisible when I get close.
They said.
Is there a way to turn those off when you've got this off? I feel like there is, but I don't remember what it is.
See the galaxy, they said. This one's mine.
Intercepting.
Ah, well.
Join the infantry.
You've got company.
We've cut off the enemy's reinforcements.
We'll win this fight, no problems. Missile away.
They did manage to do quite a number to her shields, to be honest. Like, I know this is a 3, so it's got a lot of firepower to be able to do that. I mean, these... Any left? These guys are quite good against super ships.
The Techno-Union ship.
But still, like, even before that, they did quite a bit.
Reporting in.
I'm on that.
Copy that.
Our troops have been given
As you wish,
advanced
Commander.
training.
That's the way it's done.
Charge! They're actually finally getting through the shields and doing damage. In the new versions, oh well, I think it's going to be 1.2 when they implement it. The, persistent damage. Whatever version it is, whenever that happens, that's... damage like that is going to cost money to fix. Which is just really awesome, to be honest. I really wish they could do it to normal units, like,
Target destroyed.
you know, just all of them.
Online.
But I do understand why they can't reasonably. Like, that would be
Ion cannon firing.
kind of absurd to keep track of for this game because of just the way everything works. It was never designed for anything even resembling something like that, so that would really be going outside the scope of what the game can handle, was designed to handle, and it's probably never going to happen. But I do think it would be really cool, because it would, like, logistics is so important, and there are so many games that just ignore it so much. And I realize it's because people seem to think that it's boring, but it's really not. It makes things so much more dynamic and interesting. Like, can you imagine having a seriously damaged fleet trying to repair on a planet and getting attacked by that? That would be a really cool thing to have to deal with. That would be a lot of fun, and it'd add a whole new dynamic to just space battles in general. You wouldn't just throw stuff in willy-nilly. And hopefully that is exactly what's going to happen with these things. You won't want to just use them as the typical I win button.
Choose your reinforcements.
Battle is ours.
That they so often end up being. Will be hopefully really interesting, and make using them more impactful. Like, as in, you'll actually have to think before just throwing something at the wall. Well, hello there. That's not actually very bad. I think... yeah. Do you have... no, but you do have an extra Venator. That's good enough.
Battle imminent.
Hello.
Construction complete.
Tactical battle.
Ah, I was so close. Oh, he was really right there.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's move out.
Calculating jump to light speed.
Raising anchors.
Let's use the old invincible. We don't actually do that very often anymore.
Your orders? Let's move
She's
this
survived so much through this whole campaign.
Charging generator.
Orders, sir.
Sir, holding position. Yes, Commander. Sir, we should stay clear. Sir, we've lost you on the sensors. We'll hold this position until you return.
Let's make sure we get that in. Just make sure they can't retreat. Because Bulwark 2s are not the sort of thing that I'd like to just have floating around out there. If at all possible. And then let's
Starting my run.
just, I don't know.
Setting a course.
Entering hyperspace now.
At maximum unit
Sure, why not? You're still dropping stuff.
Get behind them. I have them now. Target locked.
Destroyer ready. Destroyer holding. Locking on target.
Actually, no. Finish this thing off first so that the fighters can get past.
Destroyer. Loading ordnance. We'll win this.
There we go.
Locking on target.
ready for command.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Taking the offensive.
Oh wow. Yeah, that thing could probably take this one-on-one.
I'm on them.
Well, I don't know.
Excellent shot. Coming around.
Oh, this has 12 heavy dual turbo lasers? I didn't even realize. That's significant.
Go ahead, son.
I always think of it as a giant missile boat, which it definitely is, but
Enemies in range. Coming back around for another run.
has more turbo laser fire than I give it credit for, I guess.
Plot our course.
There was a Kolovex here. Did we get that?
My hull is
I
critical.
think so.
Good shot. That's the way it's done.
Yes, sir. Targeting at maximum firepower.
Cruiser ready for combat. Moving into positions on your command. Battle is ours.
And I think we're going... Oh, no, wait. That probe is headed for there. We might as well wait for it. Just the one, huh? They had 3 back here at minimum. I'm fairly sure we've destroyed at least 1, though.
Invasion commencing.
Have they gotten to Metalorn yet? I can't remember. I know they did last episode, but have they sent another attack, didn't they? This episode?
Get ready to move in.
I think.
Defensive positions.
This here's the Felucia map, so we need to be a little bit careful.
Hey. Shield up.
It's not a very friendly place.
Now we're talking. Come on. Get ready to move in. Support ready.
Construction
Good
complete.
Hey. There. That's more like it. Going in tight. Now we're even. Ready when you are. Auto guns online. Shield deployed. On it. Yeah.
And then you just kind of, I don't know.
They're gonna wrap up here first. I'm your reinforcements. Shield up.
There you go.
Secure. Took a while. Get ready to move in. All ready. Yes. Stay
We've
with
secured a landing zone.
with you, trooper. That's more like it. Auto
Oh, wow.
control online.
Why am I having trouble seeing these things on the map?
Going in.
Guess it's because it's all blue. Oh, you went past it.
Defensive position.
That I did not expect. Yeah, that thing's going down. Dang it. Run! Come on. Come on. Something to distract you. No! Haha.
Hey, check your map.
Reinforcements canceled.
Come on now.
Hey, check your map.
And... Why?
That'll buy some time.
Constructing.
Watch those wrist rockets.
Anybody see any build pads? Yes, right there. Right where it's probably gonna get destroyed, but...
Now we're even.
Go back to over here.
That mistake.
I really did not expect that to be a location for turbo lasers. Like, why there?
Defensive position. Stay with me, all right? That's
Run away! Yep, just a random turbo laser out in the middle of literally nowhere. Ooh, that's that. This is all...
auto guns online.
Yeah, infantry only back here.
You are.
Repair
Go
station
ahead and build
constructed.
that. These have pulled back. You know what? See if you can get, well,
Closing range.
just over here
Got droids over
and
there.
shoot that thing. That'll make things a little easier.
What's that covering fire? Now's the
I
good
think I
part.
somehow managed to survive, and that's the head of the
Go.
squad too, so
Fine job.
Constructing.
that squad just might survive. What else is over here?
Construction complete.
Well, nothing much anymore. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of infantry. Oh, you guys are stuck, aren't you?
Construction complete.
Okay, well. Eh, it's worth a try.
Squad stands together.
Go ahead and pull back.
Hey. For the clone army!
Really?
Move forward.
Go away.
Reinforcements en route.
Okay, everybody here, let's move out, except that poor ARC group.
Support fire ready.
Okay, you're actually too fast.
We're at the objective. I've got you. Starting to move.
The enemy base shield is offline.
There we go. Do we bomb this? No.
Bombers reporting in.
That might hit both of them.
Squadron commencing attack.
Squadron of enemy starfighters heading toward us. Autoguns online. Turret ready. Turret powered up.
Oh. They've been retreating a lot more lately. It wasn't quite far enough over. Huh. Interesting.
Republic light cruiser, respond.
Tactical battle imminent.
Okie dokie.
Pinged a hostile.
Alright, well, this episode is gonna have to do it for this episode. Let me try that again. This battle is going to have to do it for this episode. Good grief.
Consider it history.
So, yeah, I think we've gotten quite a bit of good progress done so far. Past 2 episodes. I think
Negative, sir.
Weapons online.
next episode is going to be the same again, because we're very close to just squishing this whole northern area. There's a few more planets to get through, and then that'll be that.
Ion cannon firing.
Again, we want to
Choose your
use...
reinforcements.
Woohoo! Woohoo! I copy that.
Making the jump to light speed. Entering hyperspace now.
We'll try and keep them
Hold up.
grouped together a bit better.
Target located.
Like, all together.
Got you covered. Frigate on the move.
Ready to update orders. On our way.
Concentrate on that.
Awaiting commands. All weapons report ready. Receiving. We'll destroy them all. Ready. We'll have them in a moment. Ready for action.
And then you can just hang out.
History.
Yes.
You've got a clear shot. Designated target destroyed.
Getting a lock.
Fighter locked.
Mines, repairs, you got you covered.
Back to packs will regenerate.
Destroyer standing by.
Stay together.
They're jamming out.
Intercepting.
These things need to go as well.
Eliminating
Destroyer
targeting.
ready to set sail.
Their reinforcements are being
Ready to
depleted.
fire.
Target locked.
Our back to packs.
Can you reach that?
Excellent shots.
Charging generator. We'll level them. Destroy 'em. Loading ordnance. We'll win this.
Nowhere to run.
Locking on
See what you can do about the fighter bays as well. They've just...
We'll level them.
excuse me.
Destroy 'em.
They've got us on fighters again, and I'm not appreciating it.
We'll beach them.
As long as they don't try and snipe these guys again, though, we should be alright.
Destroyer captain here.
Yes, sir. Joining up with the fleet.
Weapons activated. Sir, our forces have been wiped out. We'll wipe them out.
We've destroyed the
My
technology.
lord, the day is ours.
Ooh,
Awaiting your orders, sir.
Enemies in range.
Destroyer ready.
you're good.
Go after the
We'll level
stragglers.
them.
Secondary
Proton bombs in the chute.
I'm losing.
Do these have an additional squadron? I don't think so. Oh, they do. Because these things, I believe, are actually pretty good.
Reinforcements.
At least I think they are. Let's take a look. They're a little faster and a little less maneuverable than the vultures, but they have more firepower. And more health. So they are potentially better than the vultures. I imagine they're better against, like, heavier targets because they have heavier weaponry.
Star destroyer here.
Either way, regardless of anything, they've got a gazillion of them that really need to go.
Locked.
Destroyer holding.
Keep it going.
Awaiting commands.
The Separatists are depleting our
They didn't have quite as many recusants this time, thankfully.
What is our next move?
depleting our reinforcements.
Star destroyer at station keeping.
Mines, repairs, you got you covered. Moving out.
Oh, no, they're...
Star destroyer responding.
No, 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 no.
Frigate here.
Another attack.
Deploying those mines for
Stay
you.
in formation.
None of that.
Receiving. All combat personnel standing by.
Eliminating target.
I don't think so.
Class frigate.
That's the sort of thing that will just build up on a planet, and then we'll have to deal with 400 million of them. We let them all retreat like that.
They've got us targeted.
Weapons online.
I can't stay out here.
Power diverted to weapons.
How about a little help? Can anyone else see him?
Destroyer at
Where
station
are
keeping.
you?
I think they're out of reinforcements now.
Like that.
Delta here. Anyone in need of repairs?
Shields are at half
Frigate
power.
on the move.
They're everywhere. Their missiles will tear us apart.
Did you mean to choose us?
Too many of them.
Just what do you think you're doing? And where do you think you're going?
We've got
They
secondary
won't escape.
reinforcements en route.
It sure looks like they're escaping to me.
Vulture in the sky.
Guys? Yeah.
Take cover. Star destroyer here. Destroyer ready to set sail. Destroyer captain here. Yes, sir.
for command, sir.
Guys, there's the battle is over here.
Combat crew assembled.
Ready.
TIE fighter pilots are not exactly known for their cowardice,
Waiting commands.
so why are you hiding in the nebula?
TIE squadron.
Go shoot something.
Receiving. With pleasure, sir.
Ready to update orders.
Give us a task. It's firmly within our sight. Ready for action.
Pelta-class frigate at your service.
Destroy the Techno-Union ships.
Destroyer standing by.
Target locked.
Ready for attack orders.
Poor thing.
Knock it off.
Come back here and do something.
You got
Okay,
the
those
commander.
things actually need to go.
Moving to those coordinates.
They have auto-resolve power and could potentially kill some of our stuff if we leave them alone.
Watch out for those asteroids.
Aye, sir. Moving ahead. Making it go, sir.
Destroy the Techno-Union ships.
Missiles are locked and loaded. Get ready for a fight. Full speed ahead. Aye, sir. We're moving out. Aye, sir. We're moving out.
Pelta frigate here.
Excellent
Anyone
shot.
needed repairs? You got the captain.
Take us out. Best possible speed.
More enemy craft.
Taking fire.
Okie dokie. Think that'll do it.
Battle is ours.
Oh wow, they had an actual MTT. Dang. Interesting. Oh, dang it. What? Oh. No. What? Oh! Right. Well, either way, that is going to do it for this episode. Just to take a look, we're on, like, yeah, we're just about done up here. I think next episode will be... I don't think we're going to finish this area next episode, but we'll be quite close. And then episode after that, we'll head back down here for this. After that, I think we'll gather the fleets up and basically see how far we can get. I mean, there's these two battles that are going to be rough. Well, potentially. This that's going to be rough. I don't remember how much they've got over here. It's probably somewhere less than that, but probably pretty good. Oh, they have 4 of them. Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna cut that off and let them just sit over Metalorn for a while, I think. There's an HV gun there that's going to... Oh, but the HV guns don't shoot those down, do they? Ah, well, whatever. Either way, once we're finished with up here, we'll gather the fleets together, and that will be the last target. If we manage to get any fleet left, once we're finished, we'll see about Pamont, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Choose your
that
reinforcements.
is gonna do it.
Loaded.
Oop, lag.
General Dodonna moving out.
So, I will say, thank you for watching. Take care,
Safety check complete.
and farewell.
Who needs fixing?
Yes. Charging generator.
Let's do this.
On the double, my liege.
All lights are green.